Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Okay, guys, get ready to take out some boiling hot, very hot patty tea. And like I said, it can be frozen, it can be cold, but just don't put ice in it. Yeah, we don't care for ice right now. Yep, yep, I said it. Okay, so I keep hearing about these crimes, and I'm going to keep talking about these crimes because it's really funny how the MAGA Republicans want to keep saying how the immigrants are so violent and all this other garbage and all these lies. But as I said in the previous episode, I don't know which order I'm going to be putting them out in, but as you know, my life is messy. And my channel is as messy as my life. And right now it is extremely messy. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Check out my Patreon. I'm uploading. That's one reason why it's so messy because uploading and remembering some of these awful, terrible, dehumanizing, awful, bigoted, racist, fools that kept trying to write me, trying to say they 1 minute I'm beautiful and they want to date me, but then on the other side, I'm going to pass away because I took the vaccine and I must be an R word or stupid and despicable. And also, they're glad I don't have children because I would probably take my child to one of the drag shows and everything like that, and or I should eliminate myself from the earth because I should be ashamed of being a Democrat progressive. Yeah, check out the Patreon. Yeah, I have hundreds of posts. Whew, okay. And yeah, like, well, speaking of, yeah, read those. That's more proof of what I'm going to be talking about right now today. And because I'm going to be talking about more of these crimes, and I'm going to be probably putting more crimes relating to this one. And actually, I'm going to probably just combine and talk about a few at a time, but I'm going to be talking about them in different aspects in different videos. So, yeah, fasten your seatbelt. Make sure that you're ready for this ride. It's going to get a little bumpy because it's really crazy how they keep lying about immigrants. And then also, when it comes to some of the laws, especially the Second Amendment, they act like it's only for them. And some of these Republicans have even admitted that they think it's only for them. And then with some of the laws, they think it's only for the Christians, it's only for the Caucasian of it all. Is yeah. But how come I keep seeing stories like this where it's a Caucasian American man who is trying to eliminate his wife or the woman he's cheating on his wife with? How come I keep seeing stories like this, but they want to keep saying how violent and stuff immigrants are, but then we keep seeing these men try to eliminate their wives. And this is another reason why I keep saying, like, okay, Heritage Foundation, you need to pay attention to these stories because we already have enough of these men trying to eliminate their wives because they don't want to get divorced. They don't want to have to split it in half. So it's like if you try to take divorce away or default divorce away, you're just going to make it more toxic, more dangerous for women to be able to leave. And also, you want these women to not have jobs. You want them to stay home, to stay at home and just have kids and just cook and clean, and then they won't have any money. But if they need to leave, if they need to escape, the most dangerous time within a relationship is when a woman is trying to leave. But if she has no money, it's going to be even more dangerous because where is she going to go or hide? It's like hopefully she has family and friends she can go to, but how about if she doesn't? Yeah. So it's like we keep acting as if these women should just stay at home and be a good wife. And then sometimes I have like listening to some of these men, they're just like, if she acts right. And this is why women, ladies, be so careful who you marry. And this is why I say, talk about politics until you get on his nerves. Ask every political question. Make a list. Like I am working on a list for you guys and everything like that, but yeah, it's not going to be ready in time for all dates. Start asking political questions immediately. You would not believe how many men I have, like, because at first they're like, I'm not political. I'm like, okay, bet. So I start talking politics. And that's when their Republican thoughts start spewing out. And that's when I correct them and I tell them, because they keep saying the orange man's lies. And then when I prove that they're lies, oh, they hate me. And they're just like, no, you just got that from some, like, no, 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 no. Oh, no. And so many other news reports have even reported what he said was indeed a lie. Well, you don't understand him. He just needs to speak his truth, and it's his truth. Okay, because he said it, it's his truth. Like, what? So yeah, ladies, be so careful when you date. I know from experience. I'm at an age where it's like I tried to date the Christian way, or trying to do the whole marriage thing. And yeah, it's like even in college, I was dating one guy who I might have been married to, but then I met his parents, and his mother said that she doesn't want any mixed grandchildren, and she would refuse to basically have any black blood in her, family tree and stuff. So I broke up because, yeah, it's like he was about to propose. Technically, he did, but without the ring or whatever. And that's one reason why I met the family, was because he wanted, yeah, it's a whole story and stuff. But yeah, yeah. Talk about politics, talk about race, talk about the current events and the issues going around you, because you want to know exactly what he's thinking. Because some of these men, especially after I broke up with Mr. No Heart and I was back on the dating apps, so many of the men were like, well, no, you need to get to know me first. My politics don't matter. What do politics have to do with dating? You're dumb if you think that politics have to do with who I am. Who I vote for doesn't say who I am, actually. But then at the same time, when you hear who I voted for, you say I'm stupid and dumb for who I voted for. So shouldn't it go both ways, just like the Second Amendment? It's just crazy how some people think, it should just be for me, not for thee, not for all, not for thy neighbor. And as like they only will vote for something if it affects their family. Isn't that right, Marjorie Taylor Greene? And then, especially since majority of them don't have African American hair, they will vote down the Crown Act so quickly without really recognizing the racist bigotry, ignorance within it. And now we're at a point where they keep trying to eliminate African American history. But yeah, they will keep wanting us to be scared of the immigrants. But then we have people like this jerk. It's like now, like, yeah, his lawyers are trying to get like the charges dropped, or like change the charges and everything, because he didn't hurt her enough. Thankfully, there were people who heard this woman screaming and crying, because part of me is like, if they didn't hear her, then I mean, he might have tossed her body over the cliff. He would keep hitting her with the rock. We don't know what else he would have done. And it's like, didn't hurt her enough. He had the opportunity. He put in the effort. He was trying. And then we have that other dad, or that other guy, other husband, other jerk, who is like, for some reason, like over the football game or something, he like like he eliminated the wife, tried to eliminate the stepdaughter, and just, oh, I'm glad that the son was able to run to the neighbors to call and get help or whatever. But we're not paying attention. And then even a couple years ago, when I believe it was in Ohio, where the father all of a sudden just grabbed his weapon and eliminated all of his sons, and the stepdaughter was running down the street yelling for help. I think she was able to get to the firehouse, and he was chasing after her, trying to eliminate her too. But we keep saying we should be scared of the immigrants, and then once that one immigrant eliminated that woman on the bus, which is horrific and awful and terrible, everyone wants to focus on that crime. And then with the Somalis and the money, everyone wants to focus on the part with the immigrants. But what about the part with the U.S. citizen, the colonizer U.S. citizen, the U.S. citizen that taught the other people how to do what they were doing? And it's like, yes, a lot of people of different races are going to do bad and terrible things, but then we don't focus enough on the colonizers. It's like they want to stereotype immigrants. They want to label and group the immigrants. But then whenever it's a colonizer, especially when it comes to the school situations, oh, they don't want to label them other like you see the patterns though because so many of the school situations they always show the little boys with the cross on their around their necks or them at church or their Christian side and things like that. They always want to do that one because they want to make them look more innocent. But it once if it's a black man, they'll show that the mugshot or if they had a criminal past or anything that they could possibly find bad about them. The way the media portrays different nationalities and races is horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. But this story right here is just astounding. It's crazy. Because this man planned, and a lot of these men plan how they're going to eliminate these women. But at the same time, it's like I don't know how he voted specifically, but I'm guessing he seems like the type of man who would have voted for the orange man. I'm guessing, but he does seem like the type. And a lot of men who try to like he married a very smart woman. I think like civil engineering or something like that, but then she was a stay-at-home mom. Ladies, if you have your education, please, like, figure out a way to still work. Get your bag. Have your, like, because I mean, yes, it's like, with her degree, she could have been able to find work more easily than other people with other degrees and things like that. But at the same time, this man was trying to eliminate her, maybe possibly because if he did divorce her, he didn't want to give up half. Get your own bag as well. Have your own property, have your own money. Because some of these men, they want you to stay at home. They want you to just service them, work for them, make their lives happy and easier. Because a lot of these men want you to be submissive, want you to end up being the help. But then it's like some of them get very jealous very easily. Mr. Lockakey got very, like, actually Mr. No Heart too, but in two different ways. Because Mr. Lockakey would drive around to find me. Because like he was cheating on me. I've already told us like some of the stories. I still have other examples of how he was cheating on me. But he would cheat on me like nobody's business. But I remember one time I was working on some of my grad school homework, and there was another guy there. I think he was working on homework too. And we ended up just having a conversation. And he and my ex, Lockakey, called me, asked me where I was, but he heard him. Like when I first picked up the phone, he was laughing because we were laughing at something or whatever. Because we were doing our work, but we were talking, we were laughing. And next thing I know, my ex comes to the parking lot and he's walking up, and I'm just like, what is he doing? And he comes in, he was like, you're on a date? No. It's like he was doing homework, I was doing homework. So we ended up just doing, like, we're talking. Oh no, I know what's going on. It's like, oh, you're trying to move on from me. I never wanted to be with you in the first place. I said it. I said it. And this is why he had a tantrum in the parking lot, and why he flipped over his bed. And it's like, I remember he almost did something with Rupert, his pet turtle. And for like 2 or 3 hours once I got to the house, because I was like, okay, because I forgot, like, someone called me telling me he was having a tantrum or whatever. And yeah, it's like next thing I know, he's holding Rupert, like crying because I think he made a mistake and maybe something fell into the tank or whatever. But I'm just like, I do not have time for this garbage. And see, this man like in this story, married a brilliant, amazing woman. Part of me just feels like, okay, if you have like $1 million house, you could have afforded maybe a nanny. But at the same time, if you convinced her to stay at home, it's like, but now she might be enjoying that. And because of your jealousy, is like, now, like, you see she's beautiful, like he needs a moisturizer to be like, because he's reminding me to moisturize after I'm done with this episode. It's like I've been taking care of my skin, like, like, as we get older we need more time, babies, we need more time. And especially a lot of these colonizers, they don't really realize how much effort they need to, yeah. But that's a different story for a different day. But yeah, she still has a glow to her. And I'm guessing she's younger because she looks younger than him. Because yeah, again, like he needs some moisturizer for the eye, especially from what I'm noticing. And I'm not trying to put him down. I'm just saying, like, if you don't want your, like, with a lot of these men who automatically think my woman must be cheating on me, it's like some of these men are either jealous because the woman's either more like she's staying beautiful and she's staying radiant while he is looking worse and he's not keeping up with himself. And he knows that younger men are probably going to be looking at her and agreeing that she's beautiful. And maybe her smile is radiant. And maybe her personality is beautiful and glowing. Some men can't take that and they will tear down a woman to the point where she no longer glows, because as long as he knows she is capable of glowing, that's all that matters. But he will tear down a woman to make sure she does not glow anywhere else. And that's when Mr. No Heart comes in. Because Mr. No Heart, oh, every time we would go out, if a guy complimented me, he would ignore me for hours. Hours. Yes. And so I would stop wearing the makeup. I stopped caring about how I looked. I stopped caring about what I wore. And then at the same time, I was working at a very toxic school in the inner cities or whatever, where kids were threatening to, or the middle schoolers were threatening to throw bleach on me. And, well, two students threatened that they were going to R word me. And some people are like, these are middle schoolers. These are big, like, some of these kids are kind of almost the size of grown men. Because even parent teacher conferences, when the students are coming in with their fathers, they're the size of their father, some of these middle schoolers. And it's like, and then some of these students who are threatening to flatten my tires because I did not give them a passing grade because they did an awful, terrible job, or they copied off of somebody else. And then they bragged that they copied off of somebody else, but told me that I shouldn't care because as long as they turn in the work, I should be happy that way, because it's not like they're going to try to do anything in their lives in the first place. It's like, wow. Yeah. But anyway, so having a toxic work environment on top of having a toxic, terrible, now ex-boyfriend, I didn't care what I looked like. He took away my glow, my shine for a while. And I am going to bring him up. It's like, it's the guy that I'm seeing now. It's like he actually applauds me looking like, we're still figuring out how he likes me. Like, because like he says natural, but yeah, I'm gonna be talking about that too because a lot of the men who like natural in person, like, but when they look at the videos online, they it's like or the Instagram women or whatever, they want the dolled up women. But I'm like, what's the difference? Why would you? Yeah, let's just say I'm gonna talk all about that, but I don't know. It's interesting because, well, yeah. Anyway, if this man had enough time, he could have eliminated this woman if given enough time. But these lawyers don't want to consider that. Of course not, because their job is to defend. But just imagine he might have lesser charges against him just because of time. And thank goodness she was screaming. Thank goodness there were people nearby that helped her get out of that situation because she might not be here today. And then we have to look at some of these other colonizing men out here. There are so many, and then, I mean, there's men of all different nationalities doing it, but especially like some of these men are getting it from the colonizing men. They're paying attention. But then at the same time, we're seeing Republicans and different Republican organizations trying to take women's rights away. They want to force us to get married, but then they want it to be harder for us to get out of the marriage. But then it's like a lot of these relationships are toxic, or a lot of these men who, instead of just filing for divorce, they're just like, no, I'm going to eliminate her. I'm going to get rid of her. It's like, oh, instead of working on our marriage, or, oh, I'm jealous because dot, 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 or whatever, or, oh, I think she's cheating on me, instead of sitting down and talking about it. No, never. Because part of me is like, if you think she's cheated, like, why are you cheating on her? Like, I really want to know. Because a lot of times, especially from my experience, a lot of the men who accused me of cheating, they were the ones cheating on me. Yeah, isn't that right? Lock a key. Because he already knows I know he cheated on me. And I've told so many stories, and I have so many more. It's so sad how many times this man cheated on me. But then at the same time, he would complain and say that I don't care about him because he couldn't get any out of me. And I'm like, I don't know what you have. So then I would have to wait for that test. Yeah, and that's happened a few times. But then he would tell me I had to pay for it. No, I don't. Okay, so you can continue cheating on me because I don't want anything to do with you. And you better not put a finger or any part of your body on me. Because if you really think I owe you when you're the one cheating on me and with random women you find off the street, women you find at like even the liquor store and stuff. Yeah, so he picked up a woman at the liquor store and just, yeah, had a one night stand with her on video. And he was under the influence one night and showed me the entire video. Yeah, yeah. And then showing me why he loves pulling hair and stuff. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, a lot of these men, but then at the same time, I was getting my education, but he couldn't stand it. And when he would see guys come up to me and compliment me, oh, it irritated him. And or he would be like, you would never date them, right? They're not your type, right? I'm your type. I'm the one you want. Like, get over yourself. And you're not even that cute. And that's the thing. He gaslit me and talked me into dating him. And oh, he fell apart. Like, oh, it's like maybe he's in better shape now, but oh, like I keep saying I'm gonna tell you guys about when he applied to be a stripper. Oh, it's hilarious. It's pretty hilarious. But yeah, because yeah, he did absolutely like yeah. Okay, I'll save that for a different day. Probably closer to, oh my gosh, okay. I'm gonna try to create a list of episodes I need to do for right around Valentine's Day. Because I think that's gonna be when I finally tell that story. But these are the type of men we have to be careful of. And especially Republican versions of this man. Because I don't like again, I don't know politically where he stands. But some of these men, and they don't have to be millionaires. They can be your average, everyday kind of guy. They say that they love you, but then if they think you might be doing anything that they are probably doing, or if they didn't keep themselves together while you still stayed in your glow, they're going to get jealous. They're going to find a way to either diminish you or get rid of you. So you need to be careful. And that's why, like, when I date, when I try to get into a relationship, I want to, like, I've said it before, but I want the Mr. and Mrs. Obama version because I want the type of relationship where we uplift each other. And as we both move up, it's like if anyone was like, who do you want to thank for that? I want him to be able to at least thank me for something. And I want to thank him for, being that positive energy and uplifting and encouraging. Like when I'm like doubting myself, he's like, no, no, baby, you got this. Or let's sit down and figure this out. Let's figure out a plan. And yeah, it's like because some men wonder why they can't date anymore or why they can't get any. Like with some of us women, that's how you get a good relationship. That's how you will not complain about bedroom attention. Because if you uplift and encourage those type of women, oh no, you will have the home home cooked meals. And I was gonna say like the homemade cookies because yeah, it's like I've been kind of been yeah, that's one surprise that I've been really wanting to do is make some cookies from scratch and everything. Yeah. And there's a certain cookie recipe I found where I'm just like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm going to make this pretty soon so. But I think I'm going to also make an episode on some Valentine's Day present ideas because I've been thinking about what should I do this year, especially maybe for new relationships and that are disability affordable and things like that, or maybe even good presents for those with disabilities. Because, like, throughout, like, especially since I've been diagnosed, there's been gadgets and things that I have found that are really great that I think would benefit a lot of people and of different types of disabilities. But yeah, this type of guy, never. I've dated, I've dated the broke side, the total opposite. Like this guy was a millionaire. These men hardly could rub two pennies together. And to the point where, because like I've said, it's like I think I've only admitted it a couple times at the beginning, but now I don't even care anymore. This man stole from my purse so many times. To a point where I could not keep my wallet, my purse near him. And then he would complain because he noticed that I would not leave my bag near him anymore. I would even take it to the bathroom with me because, yeah, remember how he forced me to date him because I I didn't take my purse to the bathroom. He stole my license to force me to have to go back to his house. Social security card and a couple other items he stole because he wanted to make sure I had to go back to his house. I begged him to drive to me because I didn't want to drive without a license. I was scared to drive without a license, but he told me, no, if you want this property, he was like, I'm making sure you come to me. And I went to call the cops, but even he said, who's going to believe you? Who's going to believe a black woman over a white man? Yeah. So you got to be careful of these white colonizing men, ladies. But anyways, thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handy capable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.